Hey everybody, thanks for coming out tonight. I want to really thank you for taking some time out of your busy days and your busy lives to look at Tranont, to be able to see this First Look presentation, to know for yourself if Tranont could be right for you. So let's go ahead and dive in and go ahead and get started. So first thing is this. How many of us feel like this guy or look like this guy when we think about money or we think about finances? All right? We all do. Now, let me ask you this question. What are your concerns? What keeps you up at night? Okay? What part about money do you worry about? And then that list, can it not go on and on and on? Debt, groceries, car payments, job, retirement, lack of retirement, finances, money, 401ks, mortgages. There are so many things that we worry about when it comes to money. And we worry about money all the time. I really want to ask the question, does everyone in here, do you think that we have a financial problem in the world today? Think about that. Do we have a financial problem in our world today? Well, let's check out the news. What are we seeing in the news every day? Okay, how about 31% of Americans have no retirement savings at all? Or why 401ks have failed us? Forbes. Reuters, $445 billion. Cybercrime cost the economy a year. How about last 5 years been really tough for us with taxes? As the list goes on and on and on. I really want to get down to some statistics and to brass tacks, so to speak, and ask yourself, 70 million Americans admit their 401k is not working for them. Now ask yourself what that means. Next, 46% of all American workers, they have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. 29% of all American workers have less than $1,000 saved for retirement. Almost 50% of all adults has had their personal information exposed in data breaches the last 12 months. Raise your hand or think about, have you seen that on the news almost every day? Data breaches at companies that we do business with on a daily basis. 1 in 10 kids is already victims of identity theft. Individuals with a 40-year career, average income of just $43,000 is going to pay over $355,000 in taxes in their lifetime. That's incredible when you think about that. How many of you would like to have that money in your pocket instead? Right, who wouldn't? 1 out of 6 elderly Americans is already living below the federal poverty line. As the federal poverty line, think about that. 1 out of 6 elderly Americans is living below that line. And then 74% of all workers in America, they expect to have to work beyond their retirement age. So is there a solution? Guys, we have real financial problems, so is there a solution? We think that there is. That's why we formed Tranont, and that's what we do. Okay, we put together a group of products to help combat all of those problems that we see and live with on a daily basis. Let me give you a little bit of our story and our history, where we've come from. Okay, Tranont, we're backed by an 18-year-old marketing organization that's done over $1 billion in sales, and it's been focused on entrepreneurial education. That means helping people start businesses with thousands of success stories. When we talk about entrepreneurial education and wanting to get into business for ourselves, we really want to dive into why we would like to do that, what that really means. So let's look at 100 people at age 65. Well, 16% are dead. Now, I know that none of you are in that category. I hope that none of you hit that category anytime soon. But less than 66% have less than $30,000 a year of income at age 65. 13% have more than $30,000. 5% have more than $60,000, and only 1%, that's only 1% of the people out there are considered wealthy. So if we look at that wealthy, right, we all want to be wealthy, then we should look at what they do. So let's break down that 1%. 1% of the 1% are entertainers and athletes. I see some people's head go down in here. It's okay. Don't let this crush your dreams. You might make it. Okay? But if you don't, there are some other ways. 5% top sales associates, 10% top professionals, 10% top CEOs or from wealth made from stocks, 74% are business owners, generally small business owners. Guys, so Tranont wanted to provide a very specific opportunity. So we focused on the financial service industry. Why did we focus there? Because that's where a lot of the money is in our economy. It's one of the world's largest industries. Generates over $3 trillion a year in revenue. It represents almost 8% of our U.S. GDP. To make this happen, Tranont, we went out into this industry and created some strategic partnerships. A lot of these companies you might know and recognize. To build a product suite that could help individuals really impact their life financially. And I'm going to dive into what that really means. First, financial education. Okay, how important is education, guys? How much do we pay a year to go to some of our top colleges around the country? Now, I want you to think about this, financial education. What kind of financial education do you feel like you've received in your life? Do you think you're financial literacy, if you had to say, am I financial literate or am I financially illiterate? Well, at Tranont, we have financial education courses, 101, that we all probably should have learned when we were going to junior high, high school. If our parents didn't teach us, then we've learned these from the School of Hard Knocks. And if you've learned these financial lessons in the School of Hard Knocks, they are expensive. So at Tranont, one of the first things we do is we have a financial education courses to teach individuals about money, how money works in our complex society today. Next is Tranont One View. Once we have an understanding of how money works, we want to give you the best kind of tools to help manage that money. Okay? With money managing, spending plan, budget, real accountability. Tranont Defend. Guys, what good is money once you understand it, you know how to manage it, if someone else can come in, become you, and take it away from you? That's why we have Tranont Defend. We work with fraud, identity theft protection, credit monitoring and reporting, and then full PC makeovers. Just to kind of dive into what the full PC makeovers exactly is a lot of times we are breached via the connection that we make out to these sensitive information portals, like our online banking, like where we maybe pay our bills, etc. Okay, so we actually clean and secure that portal, which is our iPads, our PCs, our laptops, etc. Guys, next, Tranont Tax. How many of you would like to save legally as much money as you can on your taxes? Everybody would, right? Everybody. As Tranont, we've created a tax app that goes right on your mobile device that gives you tracking, reporting. It's a mobile application so that you actually can maximize tax savings in your lives today. And last is Tranont Life. This is financial services, insurance, investments. Once you understand money, you can track it, you can protect it, you want to save as much as you can on taxes. Now we want to put you in vehicles to where you can have a fantastic retirement. Let's dive into that Tranont Life just for a little bit and look at some of the benefits that it has there. First off, family protection. How many of us would not want to protect our family? We all would. We want our money to grow out there. We want our money to grow safe so we can't be sued, so it can't be taken away via lawsuit, etc. How about tax-deferred retirement growth? Hey, who wants to pay taxes on the money that you earn year after year after year? Nobody does. What about tax-free withdrawal? Some of your eyes are going like this. Yeah, how would you like to access your money tax-free? How about index growth, powerful index growth? So you're scratching your head saying, I don't quite understand. We'll get into what index growth is in a little bit, but we have wealth creation next to that index growth. Index growth helps create wealth with no downside risk. Now, can you actually have strategies that can give you no downside risk? Are they out there? Shake your heads, yes. Yeah, they are. They're called CDs. You can go to the bank, you see them, they have the little placards there, certificate of depreciation, right? CD. So there are some things out there with downside, that have no downside risk, but they generally have what on the return side? Right, nothing. Okay, and then a death benefit. This is provided by companies you might know and recognize: Fidelity Guarantee, American National, ING, Ing. These are companies that you probably see every day or advertisements for. But let's dive into the value of maybe one of these products. We're going to talk about one, just index products. Okay, I want everyone to look at the graph here and see the bottom one. That is the S&P 500 return. And if we took $100,000 and we put it in the S&P 500 in the year 2000, hey guys, and for those of you who don't know what the S&P 500 are, these are some of the best top companies in the world. Okay, who wouldn't want to put their money with companies like McDonald's, Walmart, Nike, etc.? Because these are some of the best. These are the best 500 companies. Why wouldn't we want to put our money there, right? Of course we would. We'd want to invest in those companies. So if we took $100,000 and put it in the S&P 500 in the year 2000, this is what our money would have done. We have some great returns. 23%. Who wouldn't want to get 23% a year on their money? 26%, 13%. You know what? Last year, 29%. Those are fantastic. But we have a couple years that aren't listed that we actually lost money. -10, -13, -24, -38. So at the end of basically 14 years, our $100,000 has grown into $126,000, or almost $127,000. Guys, that's not a great return. If we simply use one index strategy where we have what we call a floor, where we can't, well, what if we had the ability to take that $285,000 and borrow against it? Say we wanted to buy a car, or we wanted to maybe send a child to college, or if that money grew big enough, we wanted to purchase another home. But instead of getting a loan from the bank, we got a loan from ourselves, and we paid ourselves back the interest. Does that sound like a better plan? Yeah, we transfer so much wealth in this world via interest and payments. Everything in life is based on payments now, from our cars to our mortgages to our cell phones, everything. Wouldn't it be better if we could make payments to ourselves, to maybe our own retirement vehicles? Of course, guys, we actually in Tranont Life, some of the living benefits our products can give you is to give you the opportunity to not transfer that wealth somewhere else, but keep it at home. We call these smart banking strategies that you can take advantage of. That's exciting. That's amazing. Guys, the best thing about Tranont, and really what we do, is we have the products and services. But more importantly, if you take some of these strategies, some of the things that I've shared with you today, and you simply share these things, you can earn. We will pay you. We will pay you handsomely for simply taking our products and services, saving money by using them, and then creating a real retirement for yourself. And if you just share this with other people, we'll actually pay you, and we'll really reward you. Guys, that's the beauty of Tranont. That's what we do. That's the overview of the company, and that's what we're trying to get accomplished, is literally to change the world's economy one household at a time. One household at a time. Now, if you can imagine the town that you live in, if you walked out your front door and you looked to the left and you looked to the right, and everybody was debt-free and they had a good retirement nest egg, how much would that change your neighborhood's economy? Now I want you to take that neighborhood you live in and apply that same principle to your city. How much better would your city or town be if everybody was basically debt-free, had a decent income, and a good retirement nest egg? Apply it to your state, your county. Guys, do you see what I'm getting at? Could we change the world financially if we just started to change the way we look at money, the way that we managed our money, the way that we spent our own money, and then simply shared that message with other people? Because that's what Tranont's all about. That's what we're trying to get accomplished. So I want to thank you for coming out here today. I really appreciate your time. Guys, we're going to wish you luck, and we hope that you saw something here today that you think would be a good fit in your life. All right, no problem. Thank you guys very much, and take care.